the Travelator.
Splat! That was me, face planting in the middle of the Eliminator, the obstacle course on American Gladiators. Back in 2008, I had the incredible opportunity to be a contender on the revival of that legendary TV show. Let me tell you, it was a life-changing experience. Not because I got to be on TV, which I'll admit was pretty cool, but because it was during that time that I first tapped into what I now call Gladiator Mode. Welcome back to Dr. Venus on Call. On this show, I've been sharing my journey as I return to training for fitness competitions after a 7-year layoff. And as with most any journey, there have been bumps along the road. Today, I want to share a great mindset hack that never fails to give me a very real boost in strength and energy whenever I struggle with those bumps. It's a secret weapon I've discovered, and I can't wait to let you in on it. Here's the story. I was in the middle of my rounds, seeing patients at the hospital, when my phone rings. It's a producer from American Gladiators. He tells me that I'm needed as a last-minute substitute for another contender who got injured during the competition. Can you believe it? Talk about being called into duty. So I finished up my rounds, hopped in my car, and drove straight to the studio where they were shooting. I barely had time to catch my breath, but I was ready to give it my all, no matter what. The competition was grueling, to say the least. There were 3 intense events where I faced off against the Gladiators, and let me tell you, they were a force to be reckoned with. I was body slammed, tossed down a pyramid, and knocked off my feet with a pugil stick. But it all came down to the final challenge, the Eliminator, a race against my fellow contender, 𝘾𝙖𝙡, in a super tough gauntlet of obstacles that put me to the ultimate test. The whistle blew, and we took off. Every muscle in my body was pushed to the limit as I tackled each obstacle. I started off okay, then fatigue set in. But hey, let's be real. We all stumble sometimes, right? And that's exactly what happened. I fell off the handbike. As I picked myself up, I looked ahead and I saw 𝘾𝙧. She had built up quite the lead and was closing in on the finish line. It seemed like an impossible gap to bridge, but I wasn't about to give up. Win or lose, I was gonna finish. In that very moment, it was like a fire ignited within me. I somehow tapped into a well of strength and determination that I didn't even know I had. So with my lungs burning, I crawled up the pyramid, block by block. Every muscle screamed at me to stop, but I kept going. I was gonna finish. When I finally reached the top, I looked down and saw 𝘾𝙧 struggling at the next to last obstacle, the Travelator, which was basically a long treadmill running at a steep incline. Hope surged through me. I knew I had a chance. I jumped onto the zip line and landed at the foot of the Travelator. I summoned every ounce of grit I had within me, dashed up the Travelator, and grabbed the rope. My arms pulled, my legs pushed, and I willed myself to keep moving, and somehow made it to the top. I was gonna finish. In absolute exhaustion, I climbed the final steps to the last obstacle, collapsing on the block while my body pushed its way through. And that was it. I was gonna finish. And I did. Hulk Hogan, the host of the show, grabbed my hand and lifted it in the air, announcing, "Let's hear it for Venus, the winner of this round of American Gladiators." Wow, what an incredible feeling that was. The crowd erupted with cheers and excitement, but all of that energy couldn't match the thrill I felt in my heart. It was a moment of triumph, knowing that I had faced such tough obstacles and still managed to achieve my goal. That experience taught me a valuable lesson. And I know you've heard it before, but I'm saying it again. Don't ever give up. No matter how dismal things may look, no matter the obstacles in your way, dig deep. Find that strength within you. It's there, even if you're not sure you've ever seen it before. Whenever I face adversity now, whether it's a physical challenge like a tough workout, or the mental stress of a tight deadline for a project I'm working on, I'll say to myself, it's gladiator time. I call it going into gladiator mode. And when I go into this mode, it brings up that same surge of energy that fueled my comeback on American Gladiators. Kind of like hitting that nitrous button in the Fast and Furious movies, giving my engine a boost of horsepower. So remember, life will throw obstacles in your way. You'll face setbacks and difficulties, but don't let them defeat you. Find your inner gladiator, that unstoppable force within you. Push through the doubts, embrace the challenges, and keep moving forward. Because you never know what incredible victories await you on the other side. Thanks so much for joining me for another episode of Dr. Venus on Call. If you liked this video, please hit that like button and subscribe as well. And as always, stay fit, be happy,